Hey, hello everybody. Super good morning to everyone. Hopefully everybody is doing well. Long time no see each other. So today we come back here for another session to talk about how to become an advanced learner. Right, so this is anyway a educational learning channel. So of course, it's important for you to understand about the subtle little bit things about learning, sorry, about learning. So hopefully everybody is doing well. So we are well advanced into the mid of October already, right? So today is the 14th of October. Hopefully everyone is doing well. And I know for the next few days I'll be gone again. Need to go down to Johor to do some training. So you won't be seeing me doing any live for the next few days, right? So need to do the other training first, right? So hello Ifwa, how are you doing? Good morning to you. Right, so this particular session is basically talking about the different level of learning that a person can go through. And when there's different level of learning, you need different level of people to basically guide you. So I don't know whether you guys are familiar, in the industry, at least in the training industry, we always argue terminology. And there is this terminology that we always want to argue is what's the difference between teacher, coaches, and also mentor. If you ask me, I'm going to tell you it's going to be the same. But actually, they have different functionality. So a lot of people are not very well versed, or they are not very what we call familiar with what are the differences. And hence, a lot of time what happens is that you use the wrong guide. Right? You use the wrong guide at different level. So when you use the wrong guide at different level, you don't get the result that you require. Expectation is not aligned. So today we are trying to align all these particular expectations so that you all understand when to use what sort of guidance, right? So what sort of people is required in your life at what part of it. And all of this part basically happen at the same time. Okay, come. Let me shrink myself down to the smaller version. Always do the smaller version of it, right? Yeah, of course I'm having a blast, man. Right, so it's a good time, right? So as usual, getting in touch with me. Telegram is a good way for you to get in touch with me. I always post the latest news inside Telegram. Anything that's downloadable get thrown into the Telegram for you to download. Then there is also the monthly newsletter. So newsletter is more concentrated on forecasting related matter. So like for example, the forecast for November. So right now it's October. The forecast for November will be published inside the monthly newsletter first, right? So the people who is on the newsletter list will be receiving all the forecast. So for those of you who just joined the newsletter, you have to go into Substack and read all the old stuff if you want to read. So it's like a blog. It's just basically like a blog. So if not, you want to join a community, chit chat with each other, some general question that you want to ask, something that's run through your mind that you want a discussion, you can go to the community page. Which is a fan page that is created, right? So I have a chat inside there, right? So that is inside Facebook. So all of these channels are all open. You need some support or whatever it is. Please go through all of these channels, right? So come, let's take a look. So these are the three things. So coaches, mentor, and teachers. Is there any difference? My normal answer when we go into this particular argument is usually no difference, right? So I am not a strong proponent of changing spelling. Right, there is of course a reason why all this terminology was created in the first place. There is a reason for it, but over time we forgot about the reason. Then we intermingle things together, and it just become one bunch of things, and expectation become very difficult for you to meet when you don't have a clear delineation between the different people that you're engaging in. So which means that if you go and look for a teacher and then you are expecting the teacher to coach you, it doesn't work. If you're looking for a mentor and you have not finished your level of being teach, mentor is of no use to you. So if you are approaching a coach, right? So and you are expecting the coach to mentor you, doesn't work. They all have their own level and places for them to basically function, and you need to understand how they function. So because if you do not understand their function, you're going to have a lot of time whereby you mismatch the teacher, you want to call them the teacher, right? So with the expectation that you are having, and it causes you to not being able to use them to their fullest potential. Okay, right? So that is basically what we are trying to understand. Hello, Cindy. Good morning to you. How are you doing today? Right. So it says the dog month been nice to you. So month of dog, we got two major typhoon. Right. So one is basically in the Taiwan side. Then there's this one in Florida. Right. So a major amount of destruction basically is happening. Right. So all over the places you can see that flooding is happening everywhere. Right. So yeah, I know it's an interesting one. So you have to be very grateful if your country is not subjected to typhoon. Like for us in Malaysia and Singapore, no typhoon. Happy. Right. So what we have is just tropical rain, what we call it. Right. So a little bit of flood, small issue. Your house don't fly off. Right. So you can take a look at the typhoon. Right. Those 20-foot container. Wow, just fly off like little matchbox. Scary. Hello, MS. Morning. Let's take a look at different level. What do they do, right? So the first level we take a look at. Now when we talk about different level, it's not that one is higher than the other. It has nothing to do with whether one is higher than the other. And by the way, the teacher, the coach, the mentor, actually they can function all three. It's just that different area they got different strong point. So you have to know which area you're in, then only you'll be able to find the correct people to assist you in your learning journey. Right? So you cannot simply grab a person and expect that person to deliver. It doesn't work that way. So again, right? So this one is also very, very important for manifestation. Is also very, very important for question asking for those of you who are practicing Chinese metaphysics. Doesn't matter whether you are Qi Feng Shui or Bazi practitioner. This is very important for you to understand, because in your journey you are learning. If you are learning and then you are not getting the right assistant, you are looking for the wrong person. Right? Later I'll have some example for you. What's called looking for the wrong person. Right, so let's take a look at, typically what is teacher or teaching first. Now, teaching is basically just give you scattered knowledge. Right, for example, the easiest one for you, you've been through primary school, secondary school. Now, primary school, secondary school is basically teaching. You get a lot of information, but the information are not linked together. Like for example, my very own favorite is that everybody was taught how to calculate a triangle via this thing called trigonometry. Right? Everybody was taught. That is a knowledge on itself. And everybody was also taught grammar, right? So English, right? So you taught English, doesn't matter whether it's English, whether it's Chinese. Everybody is taught maths. These are things that is taught to everybody, right? But you see, maths itself is just a knowledge cluster. It does nothing on its own. Right? Maths does nothing on its own. So like everybody, what we call study maths before, right? But why, when you go into the society, right? Many people fail to use math to enrich themselves. Making money is just numbers only, right? Some people cannot even do a very simple risk and return calculation, but they are taught mathematics in the school. They cannot do risk and return calculation. So still got a lot of people have that, way of thinking, like the what we call I like to tell people the example of talking about expectation is your income expectation. And a lot of people go and say that, oh, I want to become a millionaire, and earn $1 million a year, right? So and no thanks to all the social media that basically always flaunt that easy 1 week course can make $1 million. Here's the thing. Have you ever looked at the statistic in your country? Now, Malaysia statistic, middle income, mean middle income is 4,000 a month. That is the mean middle income, right? So which means that about 50% of the total population is just earning 4,000 a month. 8,000, you are among top 20% in the country. So 8,000 a month, if you turn it to a year, that's about 90,000 a year. So I just give you 100,000. Tell me 100,000 a year versus $1 million a year, how big is the gap? And you're telling people, oh, I want to make $1 million a year. And you cannot even touch 100,000 right now. Nah, that is the problem of a lot of people, right? Expectation, right? Now, mathematically, they don't have the conceptualization of how to look at percentage. But they were taught how to look at percentage. So they have the knowledge of percentage, but how to use it, they don't know. Right? Same thing, right? So that's why when you are embarking on a journey, you need to ask yourself first, are you in the phase whereby you are lacking of knowledge? In the olden day, teachers are very important because why? Information travel in a very slow manner in the olden day. We are isolated. Information don't travel as rapidly as today. Today, unfortunately, I can tell you the role of teacher has become less and less important. So a lot of time they are being taken as what we call no gratitude towards them. Because why? You can get knowledge at your fingertip with your handphone today with relatively ease. There is no reason why you don't know anything. The only reason why you do not know anything is you're lazy to go and find the answer. That is the only reason. So that's why you cannot be going anywhere and tell, oh, this thing I don't know one. No, this thing you're too stupid to go and search. Right? You may as well tell people that. Right? You don't tell people that I don't know. You just tell people that, I'm too lazy to go and search. I couldn't be bothered. Right? So I know I can just go chat GPT and I can at least have some answer already, but I still refuse to go and do. You might as well tell people that. Right? So if you're at this particular stage whereby you are lacking in knowledge, finding a teacher is good. You need a teacher. Right? So now teacher not necessarily is a person. I'll just tell you first. So nowadays when you're talking about teacher, it's still a person, somebody who produce a video. Like what I'm doing today right now is just downloading information to you. Right? So like today's session is an information download session to you. So I'm becoming a teacher to you. Right? So I just give you the information for you to use. So everybody go through this particular phase. Because why? Definitely you're gonna go through a phase whereby you lack of information. So go and find out the information. So go and find a teacher. So this is where teacher become useful. The fella can dump you with information, data download. So last time what teacher do is that because the town, if let's say that the town lack a certain information, let's say that the town is a fishery town. So the town needs somebody to learn how to fix a boat. So fixing a boat is a carpentry work skill. So the town does not have carpentry work skill. So what they do? They send everybody in town over to the carpenter town to learn. Cannot do that, correct? No. So what they do is that they appoint the so-called smartest person, the person with the biggest brain, and go over to the carpenter town and learn carpentry. They will absorb, that become the hard disk. That fella right now become the hard disk, and he will transfer all the carpentry knowledge back to the town whereby the fishery is, and he will start to teach the knowledge to the people. So that's how it worked last time. So a person's brain is actually just a data transfer. It's like your thumb drive, right? So today you don't need to do that. You want any information from anywhere, you just open up the internet, you will find it. Now, most university information has already been scanned and published free for you. You don't know, university books, yeah, it's scanned and published free for you. You don't even need to buy book nowadays. Right? Books are basically just online. You can go and search for it. Especially, if you are doing Chinese metaphysics, all the Chinese metaphysics classical is online, free. Right? Go and read it. Now, can understand, cannot understand, that's another question. Right? So this is basically the teacher side of it. So if you are looking for a teacher, the fellow is the teacher. His job is just to do data dump. So how big of a data the fellow is going to dump to you depends on how big is the teacher's natural database. If the natural database is bigger, then they're going to be able to dump the data. Also, now dumping data to you doesn't mean that you can swallow the data. Yes, right? Yeah. Okay. So which means that you can watch a video. Doesn't mean that you understand the entire video. So you can come back and watch again, right? Like normal, right? So you need to know which level you're in. So later I put it all together, then you start to understand, why some people just doesn't work. So what is a coach? Now coach do this. Coach organize your knowledge and make everything go faster and smoother. So the coach job is to systemize everything. So coach cannot work on you if you don't have knowledge. If your knowledge is zero, a coach is useless to you. Coach is there to systemize everything that you have. It make the entire thing work faster rather than allowing it to cluster all over the places. This is what a coach do. So that's why coach, a lot of time they can do disciplinary coaching. Cross-disciplinary coaching means that the fella doesn't really need to have subject matter expert. Yeah. So they basically teach you, principles. So which means that a football coach, if the football coach were to go and coach a basketball, it will work exactly the same one. Because why? The systemization method of a football and a basketball is exactly the same. Knowledge is different. The knowledge base is different inside, but systemization of it is the same. Right? Same thing with cooking. Whether you are whether you are running an English restaurant versus you are running a Chinese restaurant, the system inside how the restaurant is basically run is the same. So that's why franchising. Now, franchising is a coaching game. Franchising is not a knowledge transferring game. It's a coaching game. Right? So it teaches you how to go the system. Chinese say 走流程. Right? So, we all go through the system, go through the entire thing. So when you have sufficient knowledge, you go and get a coach. The coach will be able to organize the knowledge for you. And when you organize the knowledge in a certain method, you will find that everything is going faster and smoother. So in this particular phase is where you want to go fast and smooth, you get a coach. This is the only way to go. So now when you don't have the knowledge and you go and get a coach, right? The coach is not able to put the knowledge into you. Then it doesn't work. So you got one big knowledge that you're supposed to have that you don't have. Then you go and talk to the coach. The coach can only systemize everything, and then you don't have that particular part. What happened? Crash land now you. Because you're trying to drive very fast with one part of your car is basically missing. There are certain things that you're supposed to install in your car that you did not install in your car, and then the coach teach you how to take the corner itself. So what happened? The car cannot sustain the pressure of taking the corner. The car break apart. It's not the coach's fault, right? It's your fault for lacking the necessary knowledge, Right? So can the coach tell you that which knowledge is lacking? Most of the time, coach can tell you what knowledge is basically lacking, but the coach cannot impart the knowledge to you. You have to go and find a teacher to basically give you the knowledge. Right? So can you see there's already a difference between coach and also the teacher. Right? So sometimes you need to see which level you are basically in. So if you are in a level whereby that this is where people are going to start, are you coachable or not? If you lack of knowledge, it's very difficult for you to be coached. If you have sufficient knowledge, easy for you to coach. Right? So that's why you don't simply go and find a coach. Right? So that's why when you listen to something, when you go and find a coach, right? Now sometimes the coach don't have time to explain to you, what is this, what is that, like for example, it's go there, right? Hey, how to read this thing. The coach will be able to teach you how to read. But then, but I don't understand what is deaf door. That one you go and learn yourself in a teaching condition, not in a coaching condition. You don't go into a coaching call expecting people to fill up your knowledge gap. It's a waste of time. Can the coach do that? Some coach can, some coach cannot. So again, if it's cross-disciplinary, the coach might not be able to solve you that. Okay? But definitely will be able to systemize everything for you. Definitely will be able to speed everything up. So if you're looking for systemization and speeding things up, look for coach. Right? So that's what you need. Right? Look for teacher. No use. Teacher will give you more knowledge. It's just causing your bubble to be bigger. Right? So it's like you're looking for a teacher to teach you trigonometry. There's a lot of things to teach you. But in the end, the trigonometry is not helping you in terms of earning money. You saw you got a very big trigonometry bubble. Okay, can see. It is not organized in a way that it is leading to some place. So coach help you organize everything in a way that it lead you to some place. Good, right? So next, your mentor. What the hell is a mentor? A mentor help you expand the usability of whatever knowledge that you have. AKA call discover places where you need to go and discover. Right? That's what a mentor do. Now, mentor is usually subject matter expert. Mentor are usually subject matter expert. Mentor very difficult to mentor you on things that they themselves are not doing. Right? So they are subject matter experts. So what they do is that they look at the thing that you are doing, right? So they look at what you're doing, and then they're gonna tell you that, hey, I think it's time for you to explore this area already. This area will be able to help you in this particular manner. That's what mentor do. Mentor alert you towards a direction that you're currently not moving. So once the mentor alert you to that direction already, getting knowledge is your responsibility and not the mentor responsibility to give you the knowledge. You see, you go through the entire same process again. You go and collect knowledge for that particular area. So they point you to an area. Hey, time for you to expand toward this particular area. They point you to the particular area. They see that this one is okay already. They point you that particular area. So you need to go and scour knowledge. So you need to go back to your learning teaching form. Go and find a teacher. Don't expect the mentor to teach you all these basic things. He got no time. He got no time. He got no interest. Their job is not to teach you. Then once you collected enough knowledge already, then you systemize and speed up the entire process. Get yourself a coach in that particular what we call path. Right? So then what happens is that when that path is secure as this already, then the mentor can come in and point to you. I think now it's time for you to go for this particular thing that you are not currently doing. So can you see that right now your path is expanding because of the mentor? So for you to fully utilize the use of a mentor, you need to have a certain amount of knowledge which has already been systemized and speed up. Then only the mentor is useful. So can you see that a lot of people, when they do manifestation, find me a mentor, find me a mentor. Hello? In the particular area that you're trying to do assistant, right? Your knowledge also you zero. You go and find yourself a mentor. How the fellow gonna help you? The fellow gonna tell you that this 10 thing you don't know. Go and learn. That's what mentor do. Mentor come and tell you, right? Hey, you need help. I check. I see what you're doing. Right? These are the 10 things that you don't know. Go and do. That's it. Is that gonna be helpful to you? It's not gonna be helpful to you because you're at the long level. You might as well just ask yourself, hey, find me a good teacher. That's it. Find me a good teacher. Find me a good channel. That manifestation will be much more useful to you than find me a mentor. Right? Can find you a mentor, achievement can get you a mentor, but the mentor is wrong timing. So you don't get the benefit. You did get introduced to the mentor, but you are not able to fully utilize the what we call the ability of the mentor. Right? Can see or not? Right? So hopefully you guys have a rough condition of it, because it's important that first Oh my god. Alright, gesundheit, guys. Right, so you need to know which level of information and assistance you need first, So if you are at the wrong level, you go and find the wrong people, right? Forever, you're not going to get the result that you need. Right? So like for example, right? Can you be a daughter, wife, and also a mother? Yeah, can. Right? Change it to guy also is here. Can you be the son, the husband, and the father? All three is basically you, right? All three is you, but you cannot be all of these three at the same time. You cannot be all of these three to the same people. You just imagine you try to be the wife of your child. You try to be the wife of your father. It doesn't work. It just do not work. The alignment just wrong, right? You will always be the child to your father. You will always be the wife to your husband. You will always be the mother to your child. That is always correct, right? But you are trying to be the mother to your father. What will happen? Doesn't work. It do not work. So that's why you need to be very clear what level you are in and who you are looking for to get the correct matching. Then only you are able to fully benefit from the entire process of, you want to call knowledge transfer or whatever it is. Right? Can see, right? So you are all three. So which means that a teacher can be a teacher to this group of people, but the teacher is a mentor to another group of people. And the same teacher also can be a coach to a different group of people. You need to reach the particular level first before the teacher can become a coach. You cannot expect the teacher to become teacher come coach at the same time. Okay, right? So which means that you want your child to have a husband come father. Doesn't work. right? That sort of relationship doesn't really work too much, right? So this is how you basically look at the entire situation, right? So like for example, fried rice, right? Fried rice on a fried rice, this is a skill set. And also, if you've seen enough fried rice before, all right, so especially Chinese restaurant, when I was doing this, Uncle Rogers was very hot. When I was doing this slide, it was before Uncle Rogers launch of his what we call restaurant, right? So he is very famous for commenting on fried rice. So if you go for Chinese cooking, only Chinese cooking only, there's this thing called wok toss. Right, this is where wok hei come. You know wok hei, you need to do wok toss. Okay, right. So now, first of all, if you don't know how to fry rice, you don't have any fried rice knowledge before, right? Is there any reason at all? Is there any, right? All of this, right? So is there any what at all? If you don't know how to fry a rice, is there any reason at all for you to be able to toss the rice? Which means you don't even know how to handle a wok. You're unfamiliar with the kitchen, right? You don't know what the hell is the sauce. Everything also you don't know. You are expecting to go in to toss the wok. You'll die. Right? So is it toss wok got technique on? Just tell you first. This is the scientific technique of tossing a wok. Yeah. Right? You need to know how to pull the wok. You need to know how to push the wok down to which level, and then do whatever it is, right? So you can see there is actually scientific technique of doing this. But this will not make any sense to you if you haven't even learned how to fry rice. You need to be able to learn how to fry rice. Then someone will be able to come in and coach you on this. Right? This one can be coached after you have learned all the required frying rice stuff. You can be coached for this. Now, once you finish coaching for this, which means that you can toss fried rice already, a mentor can come and tell you that, hey, there are other things also can toss one. Now, the tossing method for other things is going to be a bit different, okay? But the principle is the same, right? You can, toss other stuff, like there are people in Thailand that toss the veggie across the street. It's the same tosser, by the way. They basically fly the veggie across the street. Then there are some, we got here in KL, there's one, this called flying wonton mee. Yeah, wonton mee, the fella take out to the street and, toss it up into the sky and capture it. It's the same tosser. This one is the low toss, that is a very high toss. That's it. It's the same toss. Right? A mentor will basically tell you that, the principle of tossing is the same. You might want to toss other things. So as you are able to toss other things, right? Your show become nicer. Your show basically become nicer. Right? Right? So Ronnie, Chimancha, is there a different symbol for coach, mentor, and teacher? No, don't have. In the olden day, there's only one such thing called teacher. Coach and mentor is something that we invented, quite recently. Right? Hello, one time you go walk away. One time in Sabka, One time you lost a staff game, but lost a child got I go. Yes, flying roti prata also got flying what we call pizza also have, they do the pizza dough and it flies and it comes back, all same principle. The principle is the same. Right. So you start to understand for you to fully benefit from one level of absorption, you need to find the correct people to give you the thing. So you have to really ask yourself, I am at the level whereby I need to collect info. Like for example, a lot of people start business, right? So you start business, right? You have to go and learn first. Let's say that you want to start a consulting business in Chinese metaphysics, right? So now you cannot just go and start a consulting business in Chinese metaphysics. You have to go and learn Chinese metaphysics first, right? So now learn Chinese metaphysics, a lot of things for you to learn. Right, so now a lot of things, you have a lot of things that you can learn, right? So like you can learn qi men, you can learn feng shui, you can learn ba zi. Inside qi men, feng shui, ba zi, there's a lot of technique. All of those are just called learning. Teacher come and teach you, right? They are in their own self not very useful. Now, when you want to do consultant, right? So it's basically a problem solving. It's basically a problem solving. Like for example, a lot of people like to ask, hey, teach us about 12 growth phase. Now, 12 growth phase in consultancy, no use. I straight away tell you. right? Now go face in an actual consultancy situation, very rarely you'll be able to use it. So that is an information that you have, that if you go for a coaching session basically tells you how to do a consultancy, step by step, a line for you how a consultancy is supposed to run one. Now this one, you go and get a Chinese metaphysics consultant to help you, or you go and get a English consultant to help you, is going to be the same. Because why? All consultancy run on the same platform. The work is the same, the knowledge base is different. So which means that, you get a MBTI consultant to come in to consult you versus you get a DISC consultant or a 7 habit consultant to come and do, or a 八字 consultant, purple script consultant, 紫微斗数 consultant, is the same. Okay? It's the same. Knowledge is different. It's the same consultancy platform. Then you can do that, man. Okay? So how does your mentor come in? Your mentor basically come in will be able to tell you, hey, your consultancy business is pretty good already, right? You can actually do excursion as well, right? The mentor will be able to point out to you that there may be different level of what we call income stream. So you have an income stream on consultancy already, which hopefully your foundation solidified. Then you're going to go into the second part of it. Okay, so I'm going to start an income stream on excursion. Now, you see, when you want to start income stream on excursion, you start off from no information. Now you're going to go and learn about excursion. So you have to go and scour information about excursion, right? So then probably you need a excursion coach to come and put everything together. So this is how excursion is put together. Then an excursion coach will be able to help you, right? So then after that, a mentor will be able to come in that, hey, now that you're doing excursion, right? Inside excursion, there are probably, these sort of things that you can go and do, right? So now you can see that your income stream expands, your business expand. If you try to do everything at the same time, right, sure fail on your business, right? So you try to be you try to start a class, you try to do a consultancy, you try to do excursion all at the same time, you will fail on it. Same thing, why people say that, if your customer is everybody, you got no customer. So that's why initially you have to niche down to something first. Right? Niche down to something, build the foundation, do all the things, systemize the things, speed up the entire thing. Then only the mentor come in to because the mentor will be able to know that, last time I've done this already. Now is a good time for you to basically go and do that. That's where mentor come in. So mentor will be able to point you to the correct next route to take, so that you don't run the wrong road. Right, so mentor is somebody usually who is way advanced than you, who have walked the road already. So the fellow will be able to tell you this is the next route to basically go. And then when you go there, you go through the entire process of getting information, systemizing, speeding up the information. You will find that the path is shorter than your mentor. Your mentor might take 5 years to do. Maybe when you do it, you 2 years you got him already. Right? 2 years you settle the entire thing because you got a mentor to guide you. Can I? Understand, right? So now hopefully you guys, are aligning your learning together so that, you guys don't have the misalignment, because when you misalign that time, you waste a lot of time, right? Finding the wrong people to do wrong thing is always a waste of time. Cool. All right. So that's it for today's sharing. Hopefully everybody is, being able to do this, because it's important for your manifestation. When you manifest for the wrong stuff, you get the wrong stuff, you don't get the result that you want. And when you don't get the result, a lot of time you go and blame other people, right? Which is very sad, because when we look at a lot of time when I look at the thing that you write on your manifestation, right, and have a bit of a conversation, I already know that the gap is too big. Like for example, a fellow who is not earning 100,000 talking about 1 million, not gonna happen, right? You're just gonna get into problem money. All right, that's it, guys. See you guys.